7 days, no obligation, just 7 days for an opportunity to make yourself a better man. Divorce, hardships, we all have or are going through it. You are not alone. Join the Brotherhood, Northman Coaching on School. Stop by today and begin the journey. Shoulder to shoulder, brick by brick. Nothing to lose, everything to gain. You are worth it. Join today.
Wherever you would like.
AJ's Head's Just Bigger. Thanks, Joel. Welcome to Living by Oak Values Podcast. How's everybody doing tonight?
Podcast, guys. And today, I am Gary, the Superior Mailman, and this is my good friend, AJ, the Superior Dude. Today, we are talking about becoming the man that others lead on. So we've been talking about rebuilding the man from, this is like the fifth episode on this whole topic.
It is.
The other episodes were titled exactly, but where we were coming from exactly. But I know we broke the man down. We rebuilt him. Talked about being in the rubble.
Yeah. Building the father after the ruins.
Yes, the father. And today we are talking about becoming the man that others lean on. So now this point in the game, the man is strong enough not only to hold himself up, but he's there for other people.
That's right.
All right.
Sorry, I was trying to fix myself a little on TikTok. I hate that I'm so much higher than you.
Mr. Shuffler is here. He's like a stranger. We haven't seen that. I have not seen that guy or heard from that guy in a long time.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that he's in.
Way to stay in touch, brother. You're a good man. Love you. Anyway, so a rebuilt man doesn't just stand on his own. He becomes the man that others rely on. He's not perfect because none of us are perfect. He is not finished. He's not finished rebuilding. He's not finished becoming who he wants to be, but he is steady. He is consistent. And he is dependable.
That's it. So that is very true.
Where would you say you are? Are you that man? Are you steady, consistent, and dependable?
Yeah, I would say that I am.
Are there any areas in your life that you're not there yet?
Let's see. No, not really. I mean, my consistency has some areas, that can that can change from my circumstances from my accident. But outside of that, no, I'm very consistent. My steadiness is definitely great. And dependability wise, you're not going to find somebody that's more dependable than me. My mission in life, not only to make sure that I am the best version of myself, but it is also extremely important to me that I am dependable for all the men that are in our men's group, be able to do my best to help my fellow man and help the others around me. So now, so far as you, are you trying to look at the comments? Welcome, Johnny 5.
There's an AI summary that says the Living by Old Valleys podcast.
Oh, there's an AI thing there, huh?
Yeah,
you
whatever.
Can manage AI summaries, okay? Encourage your viewers to share your live and invite more friends. So please, everyone, if you are on here, please invite as many people as you possibly can. We'd very much appreciate it. Let's move the algorithm and get this good word out to as many men as we possibly can. Hopefully help as many men as we possibly can. And while we're doing
says,
that,
you wait, brother. Tomorrow is a new day, and I'm better than ever, and about to blow this up again. I don't know if
that's what matters.
I'm excited. Actually, that's gonna be good. I can't wait to see Mr. Shuffle live again. Now, what was your question?
So, where in your life are you lacking? Are you lacking any steadiness, consistency, or dependability?
I think I'm steady and dependable, and I'm almost always consistent, and that is one thing that I'm working on every day. Every day I find a new area where I could be a little more consistent.
Okay.
I think that's where trust is built. I know that's where trust is built. It's built within your consistency.
And dependability.
The two go hand in hand. Yes, dependability and consistency. And I'm definitely dependable. It's just my consistency is always being tweaked with my plate being so full.
Consistency wise, for anybody that doesn't know or that's not familiar with the Brotherhood or Northman coaching, we put a lot of time and effort into all of the work that we do between the 4 groups that we have a week, the 5 devotionals that we have a week, the weekly podcast. There is a lot of time and energy on top of the fact that, we also have church to go to. We serve, we have children. We have a lot of responsibilities, as well as Gary has even much more than me. Gary is working for a living. I have doctors for a living. There is There is a lot, now that you say that, and I think about it from that aspect. I mean, there is always areas of consistency, I guess, that should always continue to build
Hmm. Sure.
and always change, right? Because there's always things that we find in life that would be much more beneficial if we found consistency in all kinds of areas,
Yep. Hey,
all the
hold
way
the thought
from the
real quick.
time you get out
I
of
want to
bed.
say hi. Tim's journey to live just joined in. Tim, I wanted to say that you never replied to my message back in the day. I'm hoping that you found what you were looking for with the question that you had asked in the group. But reach out if you need to reach out. Like I said, I'm happy to help you out. All right, sorry. Back to what you're saying.
I just think about it all the way up to, getting up in the morning. We do our best to wake up the same. We do wake up the same time every morning, Monday through Friday, no matter what, because we have our devotional. And yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize how much time and energy actually does go into that, but we do. We put a lot of time and energy into that. And it does make other areas of life difficult to make sure that we are always very consistent with our children, with everything else that goes on. You with work, me with doctors, and it can become very difficult. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think you're
Yep.
right.
So when men go through this rebuild, when they get broken down and into the rebuild, they go from survival mode to steady mode. But that takes this work. It takes a brotherhood. It takes people to talk to, and it's not about trying to survive, but it's about learning how to survive. And once you know how to survive, then you can rebuild. If you're at war and you're just trying to survive, it's like a shot in the dark. If you know how to survive, if you know how to bury yourself in the trenches, you know how to hide amongst, within the bushes or amongst the people, or to be where you need to be, then your chance of survival are much better. So when you get into that men's group and you learn how to actually survive, then you will be able to rebuild.
Yeah. Yeah, I can absolutely agree there. Absolutely agree there.
So we have a passage for that. You want to read that?
So yeah, so sure. So we're gonna read Isaiah 33:6. He will be the sure foundation for your times. So what is your take, Gary, therefore?
Well, along with learning how to survive, you depend on a higher power. For you and I, this higher power would be God, and He is the foundation that's going to support what we have going on. It's going to hold the weight.
And then we build our house on the rock,
Yes,
on his foundation.
yes. So really, the point behind, I guess, behind survival to stability is that you need to become grounded and unshakable, or grounded and steady in unshakable times or unstable times. And that's part of the consistency, part of the dependability, because things are not always stable. Every day there's something in my life that's a little unstable. There's, something happens with my daughter, something happens with work, something happens with the coaching where I have to shift schedules a little bit. And that's if my schedule is so tight that if I have to shift something, then something is not stable.
Yep.
So,
Agreed.
but I need to, just rely on my schedule. I need to rely on God, and I need to just stop, breathe, reset, move things around, figure it out, stay consistent.
Yeah, it's Joel just said yeah, perfect. You got to put the work in, and getting together with a group of initiated men helps a ton. Joel, you're absolutely right, brother. Um, and it's very important to stay stable in whatever storm. Got to adapt sometimes and be resilient. That is absolutely right, Joel. That is extremely important. Having a brotherhood becomes a rock all on its own. It does. So whether or not you have that foundation, excuse me, whether or not you have that foundation with Jesus or you have that foundation with a higher power, it's important to have that. And it's important to have a brotherhood as men. It really is. It's important to have people to hold you accountable in life, to keep you on the right track and to challenge you and not agree with you. Like your buddies that you go out drinking with on the weekends. They agree with you. The guys at work, they agree with you. They agree with whatever it is that's going on in your life because all they know is you. That's why it's so important to have a brotherhood to go to because they're not going to agree with you if you're wrong. They're going to challenge you. They're going to keep you accountable and they're going to help you stay accountable in life. And that becomes a rock. It becomes a rock for you to build until you get to that point where you're building. But at this point, you want to be building and becoming that other men lead on. So this is the point of where you become that rock for other individuals, which is what the brotherhood helps you achieve.
So on to consistency and how consistency builds trust. So this is actually really good. This is I can relate to this very personally. So People do not lean on potential. And I thought once I started this work, before I was coaching, while I was being coached, I'm like, okay, I have the potential of being a good man. I have the potential of being a good father. And that potential is great for building, but it's people on the outside don't rely on you, how potential you are. You have to be consistent. And through the work and what I coach other men on is as a father, you need to be there as a husband or a boyfriend or a partner in whatever kind of relationship you're in. You have to show up, be there, be present, be vulnerable. And like we've said before, of the passage with the talks with the Bible is you have to get down on the level of your partner and wash your feet. So you have
Agreed.
to connect on the level of your partner. So not just showing up and being there physically, you have to be there through and through, all the way.
That's right. That's right. Joel just said it best too. True friends want you to succeed.
I can't see
The
that joke
guys,
on that side.
the guys that you spend time with in your everyday life are guys that just agree with you. What happens in your life is of no importance to them.
Hmm.
And a brotherhood is real friends. Those are guys that are there to walk shoulder to shoulder with you and help you build brick by brick. And that's why that's our motto, because that is what it's all about. It is about true friends and accountability to build consistency, to build trust, to build stability. Amen to that.
Amen to that. And the passage we have for that from the Bible is Luke 16:10. I got to write this down. Whoever is faithful in little is faithful in much. And I love that because, well, I'm actually going to talk to you first. What is your take from that?
Whoever is faithful in little is faithful in much.
Yes.
That's a good question. So to me, real faith doesn't come in a huge area, right? You can't have faith in the world around you. You can't have faith in tons of situations and tons of people. You have to have a small circle. It's just like family. And that's how I take that. Right. I have faith in God. I have faith in Jesus. That's where my faith is, which gives me faith in a lot. Okay. It gives me faith in the lot that he provides for me, like
Okay.
the brotherhood. Now, I could have faith in tons of friends, tons of guys I work with, tons of people I know in the world, men, women, children, doesn't matter. I could have all kinds of faith in them, but that's not going to give me what I need in life. So my faith is in the brotherhood, which is small. It's a small pact of real individuals, real people. That's what I take from that. Now, I might be wrong so far as the scripture on that. I'm not super familiar with book Luke, so I don't want to say that's what it means for anybody out there that heard what I just said.
Well, it doesn't really matter what it means to anybody else. I truly believe that the Bible it's how you take it. You take it one way, I take it a totally different way, and neither of us are wrong.
Yes, but it could be in a completely different context, is
Sure,
what I mean.
absolutely.
So I don't know what the passages were prior to it.
I got you. So for me, with whoever is faithful in little is faithful in much. If you can have faith, and faith to me is something that you feel strongly in that you've never seen. There's no actual proof of anything real or tangible proof. If you can have faith in little, then you can certainly have faith in anything that you believe in.
I like that.
So whether it's from as little as the men's group to as huge as God.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and
But it's not.
so Dennis said that's about consistency. I'm not sure where that goes exactly, but Cliff had a great one. He said that potential is just stored energy, and he said consistency brings potential to fruition, and I love that. That's the absolute. That's you can't beat that one.
You know what? Joel said, faith the size of a mustard seed. And I got to say, I love that because that was actually discussed in church, I want to say 4 weeks ago. We were talking about that.
Mustard
Faith in
seed?
the size of a mustard seed. You don't remember that?
I do. Actually, so I want to stop you there for a second. Dennis actually on the Riverside just hammered it out perfectly. He said it for the faithful in little is faithful in much. If I, as God, give you a small project and you don't follow through, then bigger projects are not available.
Ooh,
I
all
love that.
right,
That's another
Dennis.
great one. So,
That
wow,
is
thank you to
beautiful.
all of you
I
guys
see
for
that
there.
now. Yes. Yes. Thank you, everybody, for joining in.
Yes. And
It's
Warm
always a
Surf
beautiful.
says, which is Matthew says, all in or all out. Not to call you out, Matt, but I feel like some people don't know if they're all in and they're all out. They got their foot in the water, and then they got their toe in the water, and they're afraid to make that move. They're afraid to get out. They're afraid to get in.
I mean, I am dealing with that with a person in my life currently, where exactly how you just said, brother, they don't know if they got one foot in or one foot out. And it's very difficult to help somebody in a place like that. It is a definite challenge, and it's difficult. I can only imagine for a person to be in that situation. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I
All right.
love how you broke that down, Dennis, and
Yes.
thank you, Joel. That was great as well. I have to add,
All the input was great.
I'm super. This AI summary discussing the importance of a brotherhood for accountability. Share your thoughts. I love the AI summaries that is
Mine
coming on
says,
here.
discussing faith, consistency, and building trust in relationships.
I love it.
All right. Matt says there's a crazy echo on his end. Who's talking, Matt? Is it me or is it AJ talking? Say something.
You want me to say something? My volume's completely off, and I'm on my
It's you.
AirPods.
He said it's you. Both
What else
Shuffler
can I
and Matt said
do?
it's you.
What the heck else can I do? I can turn it
Always
down.
you, man. It's always
I don't
you.
understand. I do the same thing you do.
I
My
don't know. I
volume's
don't
down
know.
on this.
I'm
My
not a
volume's
computer guy.
off. Volume's off. Let's see what happens here. Oh, sorry, guys, for my
All
finger
right. Don't
being
talk
in the
about it.
way.
Just try and fix it if you can because it's going to be all on the recording.
I hope that changes
I don't
something,
know.
guys. But
Any better for him?
the only other option that I have is to turn the volume down on the computer, and you won't be able to hear what I'm saying.
Big Murphy joined. What's up, Big Murph? How you doing, bud? He said no, but
On my
let's just keep moving on.
laptop, it's weird. Can't see others' comments. Huh, that's weird, Joel. Well, Dennis is on either Facebook or
He's
YouTube.
on
That's why
Facebook.
you can't see those comments. And Joel, you also can't see the comments that are on Gary's side. So even though we're on live together, Gary's on his own live, I'm on my own live, and we put them together. So if you were to switch off of here and go on to North Main Coaching instead of the Brotherhood, then you would see the comments from on the other side. That's why. Well, there we go. Gary just put it up on the picture, and but that's still YouTube and Facebook. Can anybody tell me, did my echo go away? Anybody? Somebody shoot a comment
I'm
out there
waiting.
and let me know if that disappeared or not, because I'm gonna have to figure out what to do differently about this.
It's a negative right now. Has not gone away. But
AJ is clear here. Dennis says Facebook
yeah,
here.
you're clear on Facebook. It's TikTok. It's something to do with TikTok.
That's so then it's got to be something to do with the closeness of the cameras. Then that's all it can be. It's the only other option that it can be, and I'm not sure what I can do to try to change it, but I don't know.
All right, we'll fix your other
Let's try
camera. You're
to.
gonna miss the. All right, doesn't matter. But anyway, all right, moving on. So the point is on consistency, building trust is that trust is earned in small daily actions, and this is something that I had to learn when, uh, through my divorce. Actually, after my divorce and just learning how to be on my own and be the best dad that I could be, I had to know. I had to make sure that my daughter could trust me. I had to make sure that the things I said I was going to do, I did. Shuffle says it's not that bad. Just keep going, brother. I agree. Just keep moving along. Whatever.
Yeah, good enough, brother.
Yeah. So thank you, Shuffle. I appreciate you. I had to show up every day doing, this small. I started off very small, saying, I'll be there at the bus stop, or I'll be there to cook dinner. I'll be there to tuck you in. And as I got good at, doing the things I said I was going to do, I increased my tasks. I was there all the time as much as I could. And now I'm there 24/7 if I can, or at least on my weeks, 24/7, and probably 12/7 on my off weeks. She's always calling me. We're always still getting together and doing something. So I know that I have built trust within her through my small actions, and I'm building it now through my bigger actions.
I don't want to go back to this, but I know exactly why I'm echoing.
Don't go back to it. Just moving on.
All right, I'll tell you after.
Glad you figured it out.
It's you though.
Okay.
It's on your end, but it will
I'll
fix
take it.
it. So, yeah, absolutely, brother. So that
Okay.
move back on.
So the next part was strength with compassion, and this is a good one for me. First of all, I'll go into a man cannot lean on a man others lean on, not be cold and hardened. He has to be opened. He has to be there to listen, to understand, and to help where he can. What do you have on that?
Sorry, I moved my phone.
You're good.
A man cannot be strengthened. What?
A man others lean on cannot be cold and shut down. He needs to be opened. He needs to be able to listen. He needs to be able to understand, and then he can help. If he's cold and shut down, if he's bitter from whatever happened to him, then people cannot lean on him.
Well, absolutely, because first and foremost, he's stuck in whatever the circumstances were of his life. He has not worked through, processed, or built himself up, he's still dealing with whatever it is that he's going through. That's honestly the largest part of that. The ability to be able to listen to somebody else, to hear somebody else out, to process somebody else's life, somebody else's situations takes a lot of strength, and it takes a lot of building to be in that situation. And it doesn't come easy. It doesn't come easy at all because, perfect example, in our men's group, sometimes we have some conversations that, we almost have some mentorship with one another. Right. And a mentorship is having a conversation and almost comparing your life situations, things that you've gone through. Having the capacity to not do that is when you have actually built yourself enough to become a man that others can lean on because you no longer live in a world where your situation is circumstances. You are in a world where you have the ability to have shut off what you've gone through because you have worked through all of it. So it still exists. What's happened to you has never gone away. It's past, it's experience, but you've grown and you've learned from it. And that's what it takes.
When you say people compare, what does that mean?
So if you're coming to me and you're telling me that, during your divorce or you're going through your divorce and your wife is taking your dog, and I decide to, at that moment, jump in and say, man, I know exactly what you're going through. My wife did the same thing. She took my dog and you wouldn't believe what that put me through, so on and so forth, right?
I got you.
You're now in a place of mentoring in a situation. You're comparing your circumstances. You're not actually past those circumstances.
Right.
You
Yes.
have not come to a place yet where you have the ability to shut down and hear another person without comparing your life to it.
Yes. So there's a lot of that with people that just come to us, whether they're being freshly coached or they are new in the group, where comparing, I think it helps a man get everything off his chest, get his mind clear. But for that man to lead, he needs in a stronger spot. Like, so I don't compare anymore. I you know what? I am actually guilty. I think I compared my divorce to yours last 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, whatever it was. Not to say one was worse or better than the other, but I actually forgot that you went through a divorce almost.
Oh, I've gone through
Darren
two
is here
actually.
on Facebook now. I'm everywhere.
Don't forget, I went through the divorce of my oldest son's mother as well.
Right. I don't know. For some reason that draws. I don't know. I guess
That
because
was
I
a
wasn't.
6
I
year
didn't help you through it.
marriage.
I
Yeah, yeah,
forget
right.
about it.
And it's so
Maybe.
long ago, right?
So
It's so long ago. It's almost like another lifetime ago. I think I've brought it up in the group once and perfect example. It wasn't that I wasn't listening, I mentored right there. I mentored because he was in a place of not hearing. He was in a place of just letting it out. So I used my situation that was mine, that I went through, to cut through to him so he would hear it. So it's an issue of mentoring, but I'm able to completely sit there and listen, and that's okay. In the group setting, I needed to cut him in so that he could hear it, so that he wasn't just talking for hours, and everyone was able to speak. But and that's why it's great we have one-on-one sessions as well outside of group sessions. But it's a perfect example of it, I would say. Having the ability to mentor is a great thing. And I think you're right. I think there are lots of circumstances where mentoring very much helps 100%. But there's a big difference between mentoring and being able to coach, or being a man that somebody else can lean on.
okay, I agree somewhat. So I'm not going to disagree with you, but I think
It's okay.
I think well, I mean you can lean on a mentor, but I think a coach brings more than a mentor. A mentor is like a hybrid of a friend and a coach.
Right. Right.
Like when I coach people, I'm not their friend. I'm not there. Actually, I'm not there to give them advice either. If I'm mentoring you, I'll give you. You might want to try this. If I'm coaching you, I'm going to ask you questions. What does this look like? What does that look like? Because I want the client to get the answer on his own. I just want to push him a little bit. I want him to get it.
Because he
So
needs to see what's inside of him. And that's a big thing. A lot of men don't understand that they have the answers. They're looking in the beginning to call and say, Gary, what is the answer? How
yes,
do I get my wife to come home? Or how do I get full custody of the kids? What is it that I have to do? What's that magic phrase? What's that magic,
Magic text.
whatever
What
it
do I
may be?
say it right
Right.
now?
What
Here,
do I
say these
do?
words word for word.
I want her home right now. I got in touch with you and I hooked up with you because I want the answer. The answer is inside of you.
Yeah.
You already have the answer.
Actually, that's what Darren just said. He said the clients already have the answers. We just help
That's
them
right.
access them. That is the absolute
That's
truth.
great. You are
Yes.
absolutely right, Dennis. And that is the job. But in order to help another person find the answer that they have already within them, you have to be able to be that individual that another man can lean on. You have to be able to sit there and listen to everything they have to say, to all of the details, so that you can find that detail that stands out that you can say, so I heard you say this. It's usually when those answers start to turn on for men. But if you can't do that for another individual, you're not at a point yet where you can be somebody that somebody can lean on like that. What do you got?
Yep. I agree. I was reading the CE Shuffler says, focus on the lesson and the answer will present itself. Once again, yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Uh, a passage we have for this part is from Ephesians 4:2. You want to go for that?
Sure.
I went for the last one, I think, right?
So Ephesians 4:2 is be completely humble and gentle, be patient. So kind of goes in hand with everything we just said. I did that
For
to
you on Thursday.
I did
You
that
did.
to you, AJ, on Thursday.
You
What
did.
was that?
It was
Okay,
Friday. It was Friday, Darren.
it was Friday. Okay, I'm gonna go back and watch that, Darren, because my mind's in this right now, so I can't think of it. But well,
So good.
thank you, sir, for being humble, gentle, and patient. I appreciate that, brother. That's why the brotherhood is such a beautiful thing, because we're able to be there for one another.
Absolutely.
And that's an amazing thing. That is an amazing thing.
So for me, being humble, gentle, and patient is, when someone is leaning on you. So for me, being humble is I don't bring my situation into theirs. I listen. That whole thing. I know I've been accused of looking at my shoes, and I I still take it all in. Sometimes I have to look
I say it
down.
all the time too.
I know you do. I have to look down to process everything I'm listening that's coming in.
But you do, you
I do.
do.
But I try not to bring I don't compare. So if you're talking about your divorce or your whatever, I don't, well, when I got divorced, this is what I did. I try not to do that when I'm in a one-on-one. Actually, I don't do that with a client on a one-on-one basis because it's all about them. And this is their opportunity to get it off their chest.
Sure.
So,
That's right. And that's what's important.
and I don't know if this person is on watching tonight, but I do want to say, so there was someone who I was speaking with today who was talking about the Brotherhood. I'll read that in a second, whatever Darren just wrote. Big, it's long. But I was having a conversation with a gentleman today, and he said that, he loves the Brotherhood, but he doesn't want to be in this Brotherhood. And I told him that, the cost of this Brotherhood is simply the cost of what it costs to operate it. I don't take a dime from this at all. In fact, I'm taking a loss. But I wish him best wishes on his journey as he figures it out on his own, because that's something that no man should have to bear the cost of another man's journey, I guess, or pain, or whatever you want to call it. You have to make that investment. It has to come out of your pocket to make it valuable. So as we
It's
parted
just
ways, I
like
suppose it is what it is. But
it's just like many conversations we've had in many of the podcasts, many of the men's groups, many of the lives we've done. If it doesn't hurt, a perfect example, the Daniel fast. If it doesn't hurt, it doesn't count because it doesn't have meaning. It doesn't have real meaning to you.
yep,
So, and
I'm
that
not
is
trying to hurt
something
anybody
deeply to
hardcore right
think
now. Just
about. Right.
pinch.
And right. The men's group the Brotherhood is extremely inexpensive, especially when you consider the work that goes into it. There is a massive amount of work and sacrifice with family, sacrifice with time, sacrifice with making the podcast, the 4 groups a week, the 5 devotionals a week. There's a lot that goes into it.
Here's a ton.
A lot.
Here's a
There
ton.
really is. So, but for everything that Gary has put into Northman coaching and what he has built for every man that's out there that needs any kind of help, no matter where your life is, for what he has dedicated, the years that he has dedicated to this, the guy deserves an Oscar award. Okay. Because what
I
he
don't know if
does for
Oscar
men,
applies to this, but
Maybe not, but he deserves a trophy. He
A trophy.
deserves big commendation. There you go.
There you
Because
go. I appreciate that.
what you do is phenomenal. The way that you help men through divorces, the way that you have helped me go through the situations I've been in, go through everything from my industrial accident to losing my arm. I'm losing focus on you. What's going on, brother?
Oh, it's with the
You just
messages.
got
I'm sorry. Was I
you got
unfocusing?
real messy. Yeah, I mean, you're still not back. Now you're back. But yeah, all the way from the accident that I was in to what I went through as a result of it, losing my arm, my wife leaving me through that, being alone. If it wasn't for Gary, I wouldn't be here today having the conversations I'm having. And I know that there are lots of men out there that have Gary to thank. And maybe not all of them get the opportunity or have taken the opportunity to let them know how amazing it is what Gary's helped them through. But I'm here to tell you that he should be a filthy rich man for what he's done. So
I'm already rich in how I feel for what I've done.
that is the blessing right there. The blessing is that you just continue going every day to help as many men as you possibly can. And that's why I take so much pride in being able to sit here beside you and do this right along with you because without you, I wouldn't be here.
Well, like Cliff said, I'll read that in a minute 'cause I've got a ton. I got to scroll back here. But like Cliff said, you do a ton as well. Without you, I don't know where I would be. You help out with getting the post out. You help out with a lot of everything here. So I truly appreciate everything that you bring to the table as well. Joel says we spend money on silly stuff all week, and that's going back to the last topic or conversation. I'm assuming I know it is. Shuffler said he does an amazing amount, which I'm thinking is talking about me, but he said, AJ, you do a lot too. Give yourself credit too, brother. And yes, you need to give yourself credit because without you, I
Absolutely.
wouldn't be halfway where I am right now. So that I truly appreciate the work that you put forward. So thank you very much.
Thanks, brother.
Joel says AJ and Gary are awesome, but Gary is way more awesomer. No, I'm kidding. He says he loves us both equally. He has no favorites.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
He has no favorites. The Cubs are going down this year. Down. That's all I got.
Great.
So with strength and compassion, I want to touch on a personal note. So this week, I have traveled in my brand new car 1,400 miles in 2.5 days. I had to drive to Virginia to we buried my uncle, my godfather. He died, and I had to be strong and compassionate for my daughter. He was definitely one of her favorite uncles. Sorry, Matt. You're probably more up higher because she's closer to you. But once again, no favorites. But I had to be strong and hold together for her, but I wanted to be present for him and honor his life and respect everything that he's done. So it was a hard time. I always have a hard time at funerals, but I showed up and I was strong for her, and I allowed her to cry on my shoulder when she needed it. And yeah, that was it. So it was a tough week.
Yeah,
Go
that's
Cubbies.
that's carrying weight right there without
Yes.
breaking. And
Yes. Not gonna lie, I did break a little bit.
of course,
You know, when
you're
when
humans.
21 guns blew in the taps, it was a little bit rough.
Yeah, I can only
Yeah,
imagine. I
but
can only
that's
imagine,
being
brother.
human. I think I know it's being
Yeah,
human. All humans break a little bit, but you can't. You have to know when you're breaking, and you have to know how to hold it.
that's right.
So
That's right. And when you're being the man that others can lean on, you must be able to carry that weight without collapsing.
yes.
That
Speaking
is
speaking
that
of
area.
collapsing, as I'm driving home the whole time, head's bobbing. Can't wait for my daughter to be able to drive. Yes,
You still won't be sleeping,
I'll be relaxing, and if my head bobs, it's fine.
relaxing. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe.
yeah. But at least
I
you
don't
won't
know.
be behind the wheel while your head's
Yeah,
bobbing. But
exactly.
yeah, you can still do the head bob. You just can't fall asleep. There's nothing scarier, especially on a road trip. And you have to give up to let your kids drive. Oh, man, there's nothing scarier.
Yes. Joel says that showing your vulnerability shows strength. It does. It does. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. It definitely does.
So,
Yeah. What do you have anything else on that whole on carrying the weight without breaking? I lost myself there for a minute.
no, but I'd like to read Galatians.
Go for it.
Unless you would like to take it,
No,
I'd like to
go for
read
it.
Galatians because of
Take it
where
away.
it goes. So this is Galatians 6:2, and it's carry each other's burdens. And we had a conversation about this. I think it was last Sunday. I'm pretty sure. Don't hold me 100% to it because we have the devotionals through the week, so I could be skipping. The importance of being able to be there for another individual and have the ability to carry another person's burdens is just a miraculous thing in itself. It's such a special thing to do for another individual. And when you bring it to a spiritual level and you think about it, Jesus walked this earth to carry everyone's burdens, to carry all of mankind's burdens. And he died for our sins. He died for our burdens. And our job in life is to, even if you take the religious aspect away from it, our job is to live the best possible versions of ourselves that we can live. So, for the men out there, your job is to be the best man that you possibly can be. And the better of a man that you become, the more able you are to be there for others. First, it should be yourself, and then it should be your higher power. But then there's your family, and then there's your brotherhood. Your brotherhood, I don't mean just your brothers. I mean people in general, your brothers, your sister, everybody in the world. But the more that you build, the more that you're able to be a man that other people can lean on. A wife needs a man that she can lean on. Children need a dad that they can lean on. And your brothers need a brother they can lean on. And that's why the brotherhood is so special, because you won't get that out in the world. That dedication is not there in your normal aspects. Other people are not there to carry your burdens. They're there to work beside you or have some drinks with you and, shoot the proverbial shit. They're not there to carry the weight of what's going on with you. So,
Yes.
yeah. So,
And to answer Shuffler and to also answer Darren, Darren said, why is showing grief a sign of weakness or breaking? And Shuffler said that showing emotions isn't breaking. Holding them in will break you. And so showing grief is not a sign of weakness or a sign of breaking. But for me anyway, growing up, a man didn't cry. And even before I was a man, when I was just a boy, you don't cry. You don't show emotions. That is not what you do. So I think
that's
that
how we
even
were
to this day,
raised.
sometimes it's hard for me to show emotions, to be able to break down, because I was told when I was much younger that that's not what men do. But it is okay. I know it's okay. And when I see another man break down, I know that's okay. I don't shame people for that. Just for me personally, sometimes I guess I try to hold back a little bit because of what's been ingrained since forever. And then Darren says, I see it as he was showing us the burdens were never from him, and they were what we loaded upon each other and ourselves. Not sure what's going on there. Anyway,
Yeah, I think what he's saying is I see it as he was showing us the burdens we've never seen from him, and they were what we loaded upon each other and ourselves. And yeah, I think he's absolutely right. But the point to carrying each other's burdens and carrying the grief, is you don't absorb everything. You help others carry it, and that is the importance. You cannot just take on everybody's stuff, then you internalize it. It becomes your problem. But being there to help them carry it, which is the idea of walking shoulder to shoulder and helping them build brick by brick.
absolutely.
So yeah, so
So on the last segment we have is staying anchored.
yeah,
And so once you become that man that people can lean on, and you are well into your growth and you are anchored, and this is a point where I had slipped up a couple years ago where I was taking on so many things from everybody else that I forgot numero uno. And when you forget yourself, things fall apart. That foundation crumbles. And it's like Shuffler says, you're the only person that's with you from the first day to the last day. I'm never gonna get that quote right. I do apologize for that. But yeah, you're the star of your own show, your own movie. And so you have to take care of you first. And the one thing I do love is when you're on an airplane and they're doing the flight attendants say, when the mask comes down, if it has to, you put yours on first, then your child or whoever needs it. Sometimes we forget that. So
yeah. Well, you're not
Jay Sorrow
capable.
joined. Jay Sorrow, I haven't seen Jay Sorrow in a minute.
You
Do you
know
know who that
the
is?
biggest. I do not.
He's a runner. He started this in this little group that we had way back a year ago when we all had like 5 followers, and he has taken off. He's got like 50 million followers, and he's viral. He's a virus.
Good for you, brother.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep.
That is amazing. Good for you.
Yeah. He
That's
definitely
that's
took off here. So good to see you, brother. So and a passage I have for the staying anchored is from John 15:5, and it's apart from me, you can do nothing. So to me, that means, without a higher power, without something more to believe in, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah. Yeah. And without one another, without the brotherhood, without the rock, without the foundation that stands in that brotherhood,
Yeah.
then what?
Yeah. Nothing. So
So
Shuffle
I
says
absolutely
Jay
agree.
Sorrow is killing it. It's absolute truth. He can. He is.
It's awesome. I'm kind of have to
You should
find
check him
him.
out.
What
Follow him.
is
He's got a lot of good stuff.
what is he
He's
on?
he's a runner.
What platform's he on?
TikTok.
He's on TikTok. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I can't see the TikTok over there.
It's okay.
Jay Shaw. All right. I will definitely go on TikTok and I will follow him and check him out. That's excellent. That's what it's all about. It's
Yes,
all
sir.
about helping one another out and being a good brother to each and everyone.
Yeah. So the point behind the staying anchored and John 15:5 is that your strength must stay anchored in God, discipline, or brotherhood. And like you had just said, well, that yeah. So and if you're not a believer of God, then you're a higher power, whatever that may be. And we are not here to judge you. So
Yeah.
find
That's
the higher
right.
power and be there.
Find yourself.
Yes, find yourself.
Find yourself.
Before we wrap it up, I just want to say that if you're looking for another good podcast, check out Sessions and Lessons with Joel and Glow Rosario. They are a great duo.
They're a great podcasts.
Great podcast.
They're a
And
great podcast.
if you're looking for another podcast, his wife, who is Glow Rosario, she has a podcast called Glowing Off Script, and that is another great podcast. She actually had Joel on as a guest this week. It was very good.
That's
So
right.
check them out. If you're on TikTok, check out CE Shuffler. He said he's going to be, Fiona said earlier, big, huge, amazing, starting tomorrow. So I want to see this. I'm ready for it. Get back
That's
in
good.
it. Get back
We're
into
happy
it.
to hear that you're back there, brother. Yeah, absolutely.
So you want to throw out Joel's book and let everybody know about Darren.
Yeah.
on you.
So
You got
the
it?
ballad, yeah, sorry, my brain's off. The ballad of Joey Flowers by Joel Rosario. Don't look at me like that. You make me think I'm saying the wrong name. Go and check out the ballad of Joey Flowers by Joe Rosario. You can find that on just about every platform, Barnes and Noble. You can find him everywhere. You can find him on the TikTok shop. You can find him. Help me out here. You can find him on Amazon.
TikTok shop, Amazon, Nook.
Yeah, the TikTok
and
shop,
I believe
you can
it
get
says
your
soon to be
own.
Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, you can, on the TikTok shop, you can actually get a signed copy as well.
Yes.
Now, I am sorry, but I do not have my phone in front of me for Darren's book.
It is the War in the Gospel. Throw it in there, Darren.
Stop it. Yeah, really sorry. Hopefully, I don't kick this off. Give me 1 second, Darren. I apologize. My brain's a little foggy here. It is The Unseen War,
That's
the
it.
Gospel of John. Excuse me. All right, so The Unseen War in the Gospel of John. It is coming out on April 7th and will be released on Amazon. So if you are religious and you would like a better insight of seeing, how you doing, Dale? If you would like a better insight of seeing what it looked like during the time of Jesus, back in that time, this book is written back in that time era. And again, it's called The Unseen War, the Gospel of John, and it will be released on April 7th on Amazon. So, guys, go and check that out. I have had the liberty of reading some of it. I have been very busy and haven't got to read it all, but it is a great book. And like I said, it brings you back to a place in that timeline, which is amazing.
There you go. Available April 7th. Did you say all that?
Yeah, sorry about the down. I did. Yep, The Unseen War in the Gospel of John, and it's coming out April 7th. Also, the Ballad of Joey Flowers by Joel Rosario as well, and that is out now. All right.
All right. I guess that's all we have. So if you guys need any one-on-one coaching, reach out, drop me a line or there's a button for it on the website, www.northmancoaching.com. Get a free 60-minute call, and we'll see where we go from there. If you want to join the school, there's also a link on the website. The school is incredible. We got 4 meetings a week, 3 check-ins and 1 long meeting where we get real vulnerable, deep, and come check it out. And when you sign up, you get a free week. Make the investment in yourself, guys. Truly worth it. Of all the things in this world at this moment in time, this is an investment that will have a return, since a lot of other things are not returning at all right now.
That's right.
I looked at my stocks the other day for my retirement. I got 80 more years of work to go.
And for Joel and for Darren, I apologize, guys. I normally have everything written down in front of me, and usually by the end of the podcast, my brain's been on set stream of where I'm going. That's
I'm
why I always write
apologizing.
down the books. I will not mess up your books again while I'm throwing them out there. But guys, definitely go and check out The Ballad of Joey Flowers by Joel Rosario, which is released now. And also on April 7th, The Unseen War in the Gospel of John. Go and check it out, guys, and come back. See us next Sunday. We're live every Sunday at 7 p.m. on Northman Coaching or AJT Brutes, or you can go to www.northmancoaching.com, click on resources, and click on the Brotherhood tab for the Brotherhood School. And you can also go in, you can send a email to Gary if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, get your free 60-minute coaching call. If you're in the first 30 days of divorce as well, there is a book to download and it is free. It is called The First 30 Days. It will help you in the decisions that you make, because those decisions in the first 30 days may harm you for many, many years to come. I highly suggest signing on and downloading that free ebook. Yeah, that's about it. Check us out Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday, we have our devotional at 6 a.m. Eastern Time. And I'm not good with the other Central Mountains or other times. So
One keep going, one
6
out
a.m.
backwards every time.
Eastern Time.
Yes. All right, guys. We are
All
going
right,
to sign
guys.
it off here, and we will see you guys tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for
That's
our
right.
daily devotional. And that's it. So you guys have a great night.
Have a great
Anything
night,
else?
everyone.
I'm shutting down TikTok,
Yes,
and then I'm
sir.
moving forward.
Have a great night, everyone.
Now, perfect there. And end this one up.